So, can everybody see me? Is everyone here? Anyone? Can anyone see me? Anyone?
Still says we're waiting.
Can anyone see me in the chat? Anybody?
Oh, now it's going.
Okay, so I think I'm live. Can everybody see me? Is everyone here? Oh, you can see me. Okay, here we go. Sorry about the delay. So I want to start by saying that, well, we need to turn the volume down on this one. So Jeremy's going to mute that. Just give me 1 second. Jeremy's going to mute my device over here. And then I will welcome everybody in. I got to tell you, I am so excited about this. I have been kind of nervous all day, but here we are. Jeremy's going to mute the device, and then I'm going to go right into the chat and welcome everybody. And I'll get my tablet back over here in 1 second. Thank you, Jeremy, so much. I appreciate it. So first things first, I want to welcome everybody. Seth, Pam, Mary, Blessed Bobble, Sherry, Daria Kelly, Jackie, Treasured Pirate, Penny Nash, Tanya at My Jewelry Addiction, absolutely love you. Vanessa, love you. Mia, I love you all so much. Polly, Sam Joe Sells, Crazy Maystache Mia, a lot of people that I have, Kirsten, thank you so much for showing up, Kirsten. Joy, Daria, Lynn, Designs Laura, of course you're here, of course you are. Soul Nate, hi mister, it's so good to see you in my live. Julie Harp, Cindy Lee, Katie, that girl Dina Marie, Michelle Hendricks, Elizabeth K, Loretta Ora, Coel, so many, Penny, so many people that I've seen for so long. Joanna, Kathy Wiseman, 74 people here, and I'm completely overwhelmed by your presence. So I'm so overwhelmed, and Jeremy's mouthing something to me off camera. I don't know what it's about. So we've got, he wanted me to continue giving the shout outs. Becky Miller, Joshy Boy, Mary Adams, Froggy, Daisy. Oh my gosh, 2 old guys, you showed up to support me. Thank you so much. Martha, Carnelian Turquoise, Carly, Lisa Crandall, the list rolls on. Michelle, here I go. Overwhelmed by the support. I want to start by saying that I have been so incredibly moved by this whole journey that I started just recently. And I think the thing that I want everyone to understand is that I started this channel just 3 months ago. And the outpouring of love and the subs and the support to have now 3,000 people in front of me touches my life and makes me very happy. So I feel your constant love and your support. I said I wouldn't be upset, but that's just natural, I think, at this point. Jennifer Hayes, Lisa Crandall, Leslie, other Jason, Lori Wolf, Michelle Hendricks. If I hadn't said hello, hello. You have really steered me in a path that I didn't think I would ever take. As an artist, at my core, I really struggle sometimes to find the right words. And the words that I could find right now are thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. 97 people here, and I would have never expected it. June Patterson, Remy's mom, Anne, Gianna, Meg, Fun Surprises. Thank you all for your love. And thank you so much. Gigi, I missed you. I don't know how I missed you, Gigi. For anyone that I missed, please know how grateful I am and how thankful I am that you've blessed me with your time tonight. Enough of that. I want to thank Jeremy for being with me. I'm going to stay up with the chat a little bit. It's kind of a question and answer thing for me. I have to first and foremost thank Tanya at My Jewelry Addiction for encouraging me to go on and create a channel to share my collections. I sure hope that you know that I come to you from a place of peace and kindness instead of arrogance and self-centeredness. I hope that you understand that me sharing my collections is because I was shut off from sharing for so long. So at my core, I feel as though the sharing part of me is what I needed to do. 103 people here, and I'm still overwhelmed. Marzena, I see you, sweetheart. Mary, I have, I'm again, totally overwhelmed. Adri, boy, Fairy Princess, you know that I love you because of your constant support. You all have been so kind. Okay, so I'm gonna get to business. I wanted to say that I promised to give my eBay user ID, and so I'm gonna do so. Get a piece of paper and a pencil, please, and please write down some information. Please do not use my eBay to contact me about other questions that you have, but you have all been interested in the things that I sell. I've been on eBay since 1997 or 98, so I've been doing it for a very long time. It was my main source of income for a long time, and still is. As to my job and what I do currently, I'm a full-time antique dealer. I am an auction advisor and curator with a company in Ohio, and I'm an avid collector, and I always will be. I can't leave my art out of that equation, so I will most certainly continue to do my videos on my art collection. Let's see if I've missed anyone, because I don't want to miss anyone. Michelle, fun surprises. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. If I missed you, please understand that I'm so grateful that you're here. 112 people in. So my eBay user ID, Jeremy printed these out for me. So hopefully you can see this. Is it coming through okay? So there is right here, and we'll do that. So my eBay user ID at my store is Vanity Sugarbush, and I started that in 1997, 1998. So that is my main seller station on eBay, and Jeremy was so kind to print these out for me, so I didn't have to write them down. So there's my eBay. Jeremy's eBay, which he started fairly recently. He specializes in certain areas because he's very comfortable with Trifari, Crown Trifari, a very believable costume. So if you like believable costume, affordably priced, Jeremy's is right here. So this is Jeremy's eBay, and that's it right there. So make sure you write that down. And is that good, Jeremy? Can you see? Okay, so there's Jeremy's eBay user ID. So you've got that one. And then on to the other thing that I wanted to share, because I'm so grateful for this as well. Jeremy had been in healthcare with hospice for a very long time. And I never quite understood, me working at a veterinary clinic for 17 years, I never quite understood how someone could do the work that he did. And he held the hands of people that were passing away so they wouldn't pass away by themselves. And I consider that angelic. I really do. He opened his own coffee business in 2018. I asked him to write down some things for me, and he said he opened it in 2018. He's done amazing things with his mobile coffee trailer. He's done weddings, corporations, small businesses, colleges, auctions, antique malls, and private events that are upscale, weddings, private events like a Halloween event. He's done that for a long time. If you have any questions for him about his mobile coffee shop, go to his email, which I'll hold up in a second. It's bullyruncoffee@gmail.com. And I'm not here just to promote his business, but I really do want you to know that it's important to me because it's his mainstay of income. And if you'd like to buy a bag of coffee, once you place an order for his coffee, then he will call the roaster, he'll place the order, and then you'll get it fresh every single time. So he'll send it to you within like a day or so of picking it up. So it's extremely fresh. And it's not something that just sits around on a shelf, okay? And here is Jeremy's information on Bully Run Coffee. There's his logo. And then here is his information. both his email address and also his website. So the top website is bullyruncoffee.com, and then there is his email address. Okay, we see that? Okay, all right, everybody's got that. Now I cleared my table and I cleared my work, so here we go. Here starts the fun. And again, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you again so much for giving me so much of your time and your love. I hope I didn't miss anybody else, but I'm sure I did. The chat's going crazy. Oh, the Thrill, the Thrift is here. So D made it. D, I absolutely love you. Eventually I'll be able to, in my chat, I'll figure it out how to make sure that you guys can drop your links, because you know that I want to support you, because there's so many people that I've become friends with on here, and I feel truly like I'm friends with you. I also want to thank my Aunt Sandy, my Uncle Ed, and April. If you're watching, you know that I love you very much, and thank you for your support. And I'm trying to think of any of my other friends that I'd like to thank, but you know who you are and you know what you mean to me. My work partners at work, Jimmy and Seth, Chris and Rod, thank you so much for putting up with me when I'm pricklier than a cactus. I really appreciate you very much. Thank you all so much. And if Gabe is watching, thank you for watching me, Gabe. Now, on to what I wanted to talk about. So I brought in some of my Bakelite bangles. I'm really well known for my Bakelite jewelry portion of my collection, but I think I was misunderstood when I first started on YouTube, because everyone kind of pegged me as the Bakelite guy, and that's all I would know about. With my work, I have to know a little bit about everything. So Bakelite was only a small portion of my collecting, and I brought some samples of some things that I wanted to share this evening with you. So hopefully I can share a couple things and then answer some questions. So over here we have Ellie Smith Bittersweet. It was one of my favorite colors and patterns of collectible glass. I usually don't get into the collectible things, but there was something about the color and the forms that really made me happy. Okay, and I love the forms and I love the color. And this is, Jeremy, 1/100th of the collection. No, so it's like 1/100 of the collection. And I started it years ago, and I love Ellie Smith glass, so that's that part of it. I did bring in some artwork, which I'll squeeze these out of the way. Thank you, Jeremy, so much. I appreciate that. Let's see, a painting that Douglas Terrace did. This is one of my favorite paintings. So I brought this on to show you that I don't stop at tiny and shiny. I'll go with paintings. This is Douglas Terrace. She was a local Ohio artist, and that's one of her originals. So I brought that on to show you. The art behind me, this is an amazing original etching. This is a Chinese panel from right at the turn of the century. And then this is a painting by Jeff Yost. He's a Cleveland area artist, and any landscape that I felt remotely familiar with was something that I would want to buy. I wasn't into like calendar art, but this meant something to me because I had seen this landscape before, and it made me very, very happy. So his work was ethereal and magical, and Jeff's approach to art is fantastic. One of my original pieces, because, you know, I joke that I came out of the womb as an artist, and there's some people who say, hey, I was soldering by the time I was 11. Well, I was arc welding by the time I was 3. And actually, the sad fact is I made this woodcut in high school, and it represented the state of Ohio at Scholastics, and it's a woodcut. And what high school student does a woodcut this big? I mean, does any high school student that you know of? And unfortunately, it was framed, and you know it's fallen apart. But this was in 1991. So this was Jason Adams in 1991, and so now you can see some of my art. 152 people in. You guys have completely overwhelmed me. I never expected it. I thought there would be 12 people here. So thank you so much. On to some of the silver things that I've collected. This was kind of a mystery piece to me until I did some research. I bought it as silver plate. I bought it as silver plated, and through researching the hallmarks on the piece, again, you know, I'm kind of the super sleuth. I'm kind of the, person who doesn't really stop when I think I have it all figured out. So I did the research on the hallmark, and this is the mysterious part of this. It has 2 series of marks on it, 1 series of marks on the base, And then up here at the top, on this top, you won't be able to see it, but up on this top lip right here, it has another series of marks. So the base of this was made in, give me 1 second here, it was made in 1928, and the top flute was made and added in 1934. So this was just a console bowl in sterling silver and completely reticulated border. So this was raised out of flat sheets of sterling silver. And as a silversmith, I went crazy when I figured this out. Beautifully, beautifully done. And then an applied lip put on. And then this funnel shape or this cone shape was added later. This was produced by Walker and Hall in Sheffield, England, and then imported to the United States. But I bought it for silver plate, and I was really happy once I found out that it was sterling silver. So I did the research on it, and I can, do that. The mesh purse collection is slightly out of control, so I went with just a few samples. I think, and Jeremy will correct me if I'm wrong, I have 171. I have 171 sterling purses. So it's not like, it's not like, look what I have that you don't have. But it is the fact that I was completely attracted by the way that these were constructed. And then the mechanisms to open them, look at the way they're opened, that's insanity. And look at how complete the fringe is on these, that is just something that is truly beautiful. And I only brought 4 just because I ran out of time to grab more than that. So again, the collection doesn't stop at just jewelry. It is all inclusive with decorative arts, fashion, and sterling purses, toy marbles. And so I brought us this one. Look how beautiful it is, and that the fringe is complete. This one's 800 silver, so this one's not sterling. And again, they missed the hallmarks on these, so I'm just kind of giving you some information. They missed the hallmarks in these, and it's right there inside the handle. So people always look for the hallmark down here. Don't always look down there. Look up too. So there's hallmarks here, and then there's additional hallmarks right there. All right, so enough of that. And I had mentioned marbles, so I brought some of my marble collection, some of my toy marbles. So I got into acro, agate, peltier, handmade German, acro corkscrew, and bricks. Anything that you could think of in marbles was my jam, and I did it for a long time. So don't think of me just for jewelry. There's this tray as well. And again, I'll get into some of my marble collection. And again, I really want to help you guys with knowing pricing on stuff, knowing current prices and current desirability. Then I'm going to clear my table with this. This is a gigantic Chinese bowl. And what I loved this was the decoration, the saturation of color, the age of the body, and how sizable this is. Okay, so we've got a gigantic Chinese bowl as well. We have 160 people here. Let me go back to the chat. Bruce is here. Thank you so much for coming, Bruce. Let's see who else I've got in that I didn't say hello to. Amy, I don't think I said hello to you. Leslie, I don't think I said hello to you. So welcome every single person that's here. I so appreciate you. 161 people, absolutely overwhelmed. And I want you to know that, again, I started my journey with my occupation at a veterinary hospital in Cleveland. And I started working at a veterinary clinic when I was 15 years old. And my mother would have to drive me from the house, drop me off at work because I wasn't driving at the time. And I had to wait a year to get my license, but I was working there. And it was Hillcrest Animal Hospital in Cleveland. And then I moved from that office which I'm still working there when I was in school, obviously. And then I moved to the office in Willoughby, which was Animal Hospital Incorporated. Then once I went to the university and graduated in 1997 with 2 degrees in art, one in metalsmithing and one in photography, I started working at Arlington Veterinary Clinic, because I always joke and I say I became an instant overnight success, as an artist by working at a veterinary clinic. So I loved that job so much. And I got to tell you, I absolutely love that job. This was a reminder, and I just found this in my stuff because I am moving. I just found this in my stuff, and Jeremy didn't even know I had this. I shared this with him. There was a dog in Cleveland that we had rescued at the veterinary clinic, and it was actually an animal that was being tested on. It was an unfortunate circumstance, and that was the first dog that I ever rescued, and I kept his collar. So I kept the dog's collar, and yeah, I will always remember him. And so that really brought me back to when I don't find the right human words. I've often told people that the things that I want to be judged by is the animals that I've rescued. That's what I want to be judged by. And they mean the world to me, and I've rescued so many over the years, and that's what I most want to be remembered for. So just want to bring that up as well. Jeremy, can you hand me this, and then I'll get on to something else? And I'll get into questions in a second. So thanks for being patient. Thank you, Jeremy, so much. So this was one of the Victorian capes that I had, and it's all hand sequined, and the whole back is completely hand done as well. And it's cut velvet, and the way that this is treated, and the patterning, and the net lace, and the beading, and the intricacy of the velvet, that's another part of Jason's collection that I most certainly am going to bring out and share with you. So that's another portion of what I do. So I don't just stop at jewelry or glass or art pottery or paintings or bronzes or lights. It's all inclusive. So a lot of people have asked about my personal holdings, and I think that sums that up. I can't think of anything else that I left out. There's probably 8 million other things that I wanted to talk about, which are kind of sitting around all over the place. But we'll get into a few other pieces in a little while. I guess I'd like to turn it over to the chat because that's why you're here. And let's see here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit, and I'm going to take a look. Oh, Roberta's here. Roberta, thank you so much. Rose Marie is here. Thank you so much for being here. Janice, thank you so much for being here. Linda Clancy, I think I missed you. Dee, if you don't know about the Thrill of the Thrift, if anyone is here that doesn't know about the Thrill of the Thrift, Dee is hilarious. She is my friend. I love her very much. And I went to her chat one time, and I will say that I guess for me is when I go to someone's chat, it's how I'm treated, obviously. And Dee didn't know who I was. I was like a nobody. And she like stopped her chat, and she had 250 people there. And she was like, well, hello, Jason Adams. And I was like, hi. And now I'm inseparable friends with her. And if you go to her channel, you will see why. She is fantastic. So let's see here. Sunshine Amber Zana, Susan, Julie, Carly Q. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so Sharon Bolt, sorry I missed you. Kirsten, I got you. Holly, I missed you. And thank you for coming. All right. So I guess I should say, I know if I say, does someone have a question, then there's going to be like 900 questions, and I'm probably going to miss some. So I guess I'd like to say, if you have, no question is off limits for me. I'm an open book. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. So if someone has a question, if you'd like to put it in, that would be great. So then I can entertain questions. Let's see here. Oh, and I wanted to also tell you that I'm going to be bringing out a lot of my books and show you the things that I go to get my information, because I don't like going online as much to find information and kind of spit it back out. I like to commit it to memory, and a book helps me with the physical part of that as an artist. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Jackie Wire is here. Jackie, thank you so much for coming. Pam Avery, I think I missed you too. Does anyone want to ask me something? Oh, okay, here we go. So Lisa Crandall, Jason, what is the earliest you have seen silver pieces marked with the 925? Interesting question, Lisa. So as I talked before about the Hallmark system, the earliest piece that was marked 925 that I personally have seen that I would feel comfortable saying, probably, well, see, here's a problem, because some of the earlier pieces could be marked later 925. So I should be careful with that answer. I would say the earliest piece that I've personally seen that the mark was original to would have been late 30s. So late 30s, 40s. And most frequently, normally marked full on sterling with the word sterling instead of just 925. And then so everybody knows and understands, as a metalsmith, and this isn't a lecture series. I have my pen out like it's a lecture series. It's 925 parts per thousand are silver, pure silver, and then the rest of it is an alloy. Okay, so 925 parts per 1,000 would then be sterling, so that's sterling silver, 925. And then if you see 800, it's 800 parts per 1,000. Next question is
your peridot.
Oh, my peridot ring. Okay, so sorry I missed the next question, but
soulmate.
Oh, soulmate. Soulmate, thank you so much for being here. And I went to, I think I was at D's, and Soulmate like stopped the chat and was so kind to me as well. And I had no idea that you even watched me. I had no clue. I'm so astounded. Oh, Doug is here. Hello, Doug. Welcome, Doug. Fantastic friend as well. So Soulmate, you asked about the greenstone ring I'm wearing. It is a peridot, and it's it's here I go sounding arrogant, right? Right, of course, because I can't find the right words. It's 21.5 carats. And I said I wanted the most lush green peridot I could find. So the only reason why I did this, well, because I'm incredibly selfish. I was just kidding, is because Jeremy's birthstone is peridot. So I splurged on the stone, 21.5 carat. I was very specific in my search, and I think Jeremy knows this. It took me 5.5 years to find it. And then it took a year to mount it. So it's mounted in 18 karat gold. And I wish I could get really close on this. I don't know if I can. Oh, there we go. So I hope you can see the mounting. So the mounting was designed by Saxon, Mike Saxon, who's been a lifelong friend of mine. And can we see that? Yeah, that's just goodness. It probably has a big, greasy fingerprint right on the stone. Yeah. 21.5 carat peridot, and Elizabeth Taylor, who so I loved it, and it was a splurge. So I found the stone, and then I think Jeremy can testify to this. I redesigned the mounting 3 times, and he cast the first mounting in sterling silver, and then had me approve it. And of course, I had 80 changes to it. So anyways, yeah, peridot. A great question, Nate. Thank you so much, because, I went through all of my stuff and I kept saying to Jeremy, what am I going to wear? What am I going to wear? Well, I'm glad I wore it. So thank you. Let's see here.
We have that girl, Diana.
That girl, Dina Marie. Okay, let's see here. Okay.
Question.
Let's see. Oh, Becky Miller. 1.5. I absolutely love you. Here we go. Rochelle asked, what is the first piece you would like to create in the studio? Any hints? Rochelle, yeah. And Rochelle was right before Soulmate. Sorry about that, Rochelle. Yeah, I would say the first piece I'd like to create in the studio when I go back. Emotional, but Jeremy and me recently lost both of our dogs. I lost Zeus and he lost Jasmine. It's going to be a tie. It's going to be 2 reliquaries, one for me for Zeus's fur and one for Jeremy for Jasmine's fur. So emotional on that. Okay. Good question. Let's see here. A question. If you're ever in the Dallas area, will you please come see me? I need to. Dina. Oh, Dina. So I have to tell you, Dina Marie is my bingo partner. Oh, Dina, you're the best. And the answer is, when you hear a knock at your door and your dogs go crazy, you'll know who it is. It's this guy. Okay, so yes, I would definitely go. Is there a bucket list item that you haven't seen or held in your hands in all your travels other than your reference material? And Hurricane. Is there a bucket list item? 199 people here. It's humbling and amazing. Is there a bucket list item you haven't seen or held in your hands in all your travels other than your reference material? And yes, there are a few pieces that I have revered in books I don't know if I can consolidate that down to just one. There's a few. I would love to own two that are religious. I would like to own a reliquary that is Catholic with touched relics in it. And then I would also like to own a very early Tibetan bronze Buddha. So I have several, but I would like a really early one, like a very important one, historically important. So that's a great question. So there are bucket list items that I definitely seek for sure. And then, there's a lot of times when I say I don't have any bucket, list items, and I'm somewhere and it becomes a bucket list item because I see it and I'm like, oh, I should have been looking for that. So didn't European countries mark differently in the time period? Yeah, absolutely, Randy. Yes, European and other countries mark differently per time period than we do in the States. Absolutely correct. Yes. And I'll get into that in future videos. As a jewelry historian, that's my job to know those things. Rebecca Bottler, I did not say hello to you. Absolutely love you. You are not late to the party. You are right in time. So 200 people in, and thank you all so much again. Oh yeah, Randy, I didn't know you could even get a peridot that big. Randy, it took me forever. So it did. Jason, I love watching your show. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you. Jackie, thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. Linda, thank you. Quite rare to see a peridot that large. Thank you, Sol. Nate, Jeremy, Birthstone's peridot. 200 people hit the like. Thank you so much for hitting the like for me as well. Let's see. Another question. Oh, here we go. Designs Laura. Jason Adams. Can you tell us about your time on Antiques Roadshow? Oh, sure. Designs Laura. Oh boy, I should do a whole video on that. I was a child back then, but it did air in 2002. So if you go to the Antiques Roadshow, it's in an archive somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But if you go to the Antiques Roadshow 2002 from Cleveland, Ohio, I was on the roadshow. I was young and still crazy, but I was nuts back then. Way more crazy than I am now. And went to the roadshow with my mother. I got tickets because, well, I'll be honest with you, I was working at an antique mall. And I had worked there for 2 years, and the producer would come in and he offered me free tickets to go. So I had the inside track. So yes, I got in because I knew the producer of, part of the show. And so he gave me tickets to go, and me and my mom went. And I told my mother, the only reason why I'm going to go is because I want to get on TV. So we went to the roadshow in Cleveland, and I only brought 2 pieces. I brought a carved statue, and I brought a little ring that was in one of my first videos. It was a compartment ring. And I went to the first expert and put the bust down, and it didn't go well. I had the bust authenticated by the Cleveland Museum of Art, and it was, in fact, ancient, and the appraiser said that it was a replica. So the curator of ancient art, who was Ariel Kozlov, so if you want to, I shouldn't name drop, but I'm going to name drop when I have to. So if you Google Ariel Kozlov, she was the curator of ancient art at the Cleveland Museum of Art for decades. I believe Ariel was there for, at that time when I met her, I think she was there for 35 or 40 years. And I went in on the Trash and Treasure Day, and I unwrapped the bust in front of her. It was wrapped in newspaper because I didn't know it was ancient. And I bought it at an antique shop in Cleveland for meager $125. And if my mom was sitting here next to me, she would tell this full story. My mom gave me $200 for Christmas, and she told me not to spend it. Well, as soon as I saw her brake lights as she was going to work, I raced out in the car, which I called the Silver Bullet at the time. It was a Buick Century, a 1991 Buick Century. I got in the Silver Bullet. I went down to Cleveland. I bought the bust for $125. And my relation with an inanimate object has always been mysterious and strange. So I don't need to get into the specifics, but I saw what the statue had seen. And the statue had seen years and years and years of history. So I knew it was important. So I bought it, and she was missing a nose. Like the bust has no nose. Like the Venus de Mayo, no arms, but still priceless and revered. And sure enough, I bought it and brought it home, and I put it on the table, and my mom came in, and I was startled because I was just staring at it. It was at the head of the table, and I was at the other end of the table. This story's not making any sense. And I was staring at it. My mom came in, and she was like, "What is that?" And I said, "I don't know." And she was like, "I told you not to spend all your money." And I was like, staring at her like, "I've never listened to you in my entire life." And I still don't. And so Jeremy's laughing because this is true. I love to terrorize my mother. So I explained to her, I said, I think that this is really important. So Dina Marie's laughing. Of course you are, because you have a kid, and now you know the truth. I was an impossible child, and now I'm an impossible adult. So I took the bus to the Cleveland Museum of Art, they authenticated it as ancient. And it was so strange because when we went there, they put me at the sculpture table. And even back then, I was impossible. And I said, I don't know why you're giving me the sculpture table. And they said, well, because this is a sculpture. And I said, no, I think it's an antiquity. And then I went to the sculpture table at the Cleveland Museum of Art, and they said, you don't need to be in our line. You need to be in the line with antiquities. And I said, well, that's what I just told the lady at the reception desk, but she didn't listen to me. So they put me in the right line. Ariel Kozlov looked at it. And after 2.5 hours, they authenticated it as ancient Rome, or ancient, was it ancient Roman? See, I'm going to blank out on it. If it's ancient Roman or ancient Greece. And I'm going to blank out because Aphrodite and or the other goddess of love. So I got that all mixed up. But the point is, that was my first thing that I showed on the Antiques Roadshow, and the appraiser said that it was a reproduction. Well, apparently it's not a reproduction because it's basically now worth a very small fortune and still with me, and I love her. So good question about the Roadshow. And then the producer came over and he said, we'll put you on the Roadshow, but we want to educate the public on a reproduction. And so I got really pissed off and I wrapped her back up and I stuffed her back in the box and I stormed away. Well, then Burj Zavian, who did the jewelry at the time, great hair Burj Zavian, his son Kevin is now an appraiser on the Roadshow that does jewelry. Brilliant family, by the way. My gosh, how smart they were. And anyway, so Burj Zavian saw me and I showed him the ring. I just, held the ring and I said, I'm bringing this. And I was already kind of over it, like, I'm done. I just want to go home. And he looked at me and he said, do you want to go on TV? And I was like staring at him like, are you kidding me? So he had to go get the same producer who just got his head chewed off by me. He had to go get the same producer who was hiding behind a curtain, and the guy came back out, and I got on TV. So that's the end of the story. All right, on to the next one. So that was the Roadshow, and we'll get into that in another one. Melissa, thank you so much for being obsessed with my thing. I don't want to miss anyone's thing, so give me 1 minute. Holly, I understand your loss. Absolutely do. Hi, Jason. Bless Baubles. Are you available to identify pieces we have? If so, how can we contact you? Sherry, thank you so much for that. So as I evolve with this, yes, I'm going to post an email address and, like I said, possibly a cell phone to contact through text. But I know that's going to be insane because 218 people here in my first go around. So yes, you will be able to contact me for sure. I promise that. Jason, thanks for the info on the black Bakelite. Large shoulder necklace. Yeah, so black Bakelite does not test. And of course, you can ask me any question on Bakelite. I'm going to do for future videos. Here I go being hot and heavy know-it-all. Not true. Totally humble about it. Oh, thank you so much, Penny. I appreciate that. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Totally still humbled. Let's see here. Carmen. Thank you, Carmen. Dina. Okay, so answering the question touches. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rochelle. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Meitger Vega? Miriam? Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm fun to watch and I shouldn't be surprised. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Sorry, did I miss anything, Jeremy?
There is a question.
Okay. Joan. Is it Joan, the next one? Okay.
See.
Well, I see Joan, and she just said, how often do I go sourcing for items? Joan, frequently. I would say on a very regular basis. The other day I got a text message that some jewelry had come into a pawn shop, and they know that I like to save antique pieces because I hate to see things melted down. So very frequently. And when someone reaches out to me, I don't ever ignore it. So very frequently. And sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah. Becky, thank you so much, Becky Tobias. Okay, let's see here. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, Kathy Wiseman. Did you go to the Antiques Roadshow this past April? No, I did not. I'll leave it at that. I didn't go. Let's see here. Love Antiques Roadshow? Yeah, love Antiques Roadshow. Linda Clancy, you're such the cheerleader, and our community loves you. Our community loves everybody here, but Linda, we really, truly love you. Kirsten's laughing about something, of course. Cece Cummings. Hey, Cece. Bruden's still here. Michelle Hendricks is still here. Let's see here. Dina's crying, laughing about something. Hello to everyone. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. Question. Have you had any pieces that made you feel uncomfortable once you brought it home? Polly, yeah. Sometimes objects have a rich history, and I'm a very sensitive how do I word it? How do I word it so I don't sound completely alien or foreign? Yeah, some things have a past that sometimes my love isn't enough for them. I guess I could say it that way because here I go again, being an impossible artist, and a lot of times saying the wrong things. And but yeah, sometimes some things will make me feel uncomfortable owning them, and some things have seen things or been around things that may not have been pleasant experiences. And I think that some things retain a certain energy, and I think maybe that's another thing that when I'm shopping, I feel like I have. I don't want to say assistance from somewhere else because that sounds hokey and weird. But I sometimes feel like my guides and things that protect me, steer me into a direction to find certain things, like almost like a light switch. Like Jeremy will see it like. I'll stop talking and I'll just like run, and he's like, "Where did you go?" It looks like the cartoon of like when that person runs in place, they're going so fast they're running in place, and then they just take off. Jeremy has seen it probably several hundred times now. And it's all based on energy and vibe and, the way someone loved something. So that's a great question, Polly, and I hope I answered your question. Is Mary Adams here? Is Mary Adams in the house?
She is. She was, and
okay.
I haven't seen her.
Oh, okay. So you remind me of my son, and he's a genius with photographic memory, and I understand. Okay. Becky, oh, and thank you for saying that I'm humble and kind. Sometimes I'll say it again because and everyone's like, "Don't say it again." I'm gonna say it again. It's my channel. Sometimes I won't find the right human words, and I don't want to ever sound arrogant or conceited or stuck on myself because that's not the person I am.
There she is.
Oh, Mary Adams is back in the chat. Mary Adams is blowing it up. Mary Adams, you are hot and heavy like your son. And my mom is angelic. I mean, could you imagine putting up with me and I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I just turned 50 years old. And it's true. I wasn't hatched in an egg like most people. Well, I mean, I was an egg at some point, but I wasn't hatched and then just like, I don't know what my problem is. Here's where it all starts to unravel. And then I look at the chat and there were 279 people and now there's only like 200. So let's see here. Explain. Oh, okay. T. Oh, hi, T. Hi, T. By the way, T, I got your necklace and it is an absolute stunner. So T's Jewelry, thank you for my beautiful rhinestone necklace. Unbelievable. So thank you. Explain why I don't use Presidium. Thank you, big brother. Not a problem. Why I don't use Presidium, and I'm not just going to pick on one brand of tester. Jeremy will testify to this. I do not test gemstones. I do not test gemstones at work. Unfortunately, someone in one of my videos, I don't want to say, they didn't attack me, but they said, I'm sure you have access to advanced machinery or a microscope or some sort of like magic wand to know what something is. Through my years of being invested in this, hands-on with a loupe and my own eyes and my own hands and the database of what stones I've seen, I have committed those things to memory and then apply that information to stones. Why I don't encourage people to use Presidium, it only gets you so far. It only tests things so far. I've seen countless mistakes, and I never want to go into someone's thing and correct them. And I would like the same respect. So I treat people the way I want to be treated with that. If people want to use it and it's a tool to get them to another place of information, I would say absolutely go ahead and use it. I've never used it. I'll never use it. It only goes so far. So I hope I answered your question there. And again, future videos, lengthy discussions, we'll get into specifics of how I can help you retain information on certain stones, look for certain inclusions, look for color zoning, and be able to tell and the problem with the Presidium too, or any tester like that, is, because I don't want the president of Presidium to send me a letter tomorrow, you're only going to get so far with it. It's going to test something as a sapphire, and so it's a sapphire. It could be synthetic, it tests, corundum. It would test a ruby as corundum and a sapphire as corundum because it's in the same family. And then you get into beryl, which is how many beryls are there? Aquamarine, emerald. So how are you going to? It's a big complex thing, and I think it sometimes causes more harm than good. That's all I'll say on that. I'm done. Before I get into too much trouble. I learned so much about your cameos. Oh, thank you, Loretta. I loved my cameo video. And please, everyone who's here, if you haven't been over to my videos, oh, Sue Powell. Hello, Sue Powell. Mwah. Synchronicity. Oh, you missed the big debut. There really wasn't one. It was just me running my mouth. Oh, Mr. Slagle, my favorite skeleton. Yes, I adore you, sir, and I appreciate the wealth of knowledge shout out. And then D Thrill of Thrift, thank you for congratulating me on my first successful live, even though, me crying in the beginning probably wasn't the best look. Randy, thank you. When do you, let's see here. When do you just about know it all? Can you be know it all? I don't know. I need a translator for that. Let's see here. Alan Schillenberg. Hi, Alan. Alan was in college with me, so Alan can testify to my years at the university and some of my artwork. So, Alan, you can most certainly put any information in the chat that you wish, because you know this crazy person in real life. Robin Harriman, thank you for coming. What did I miss for the next question?
The next question was, are your collections forever, or are they retirement or something?
Oh, okay. And then my jewelry addiction said, can you tell us about the presentations you do at the library? Absolutely. So Tanya, I decided that I'm going to take a camera with me at the next library presentation. And I think that's either in Independence or Chagrin Falls, or maybe it's in Mogador, Ohio. I have 4 of them planned. And I most certainly will take you to a roadshow. And I think what Tanya's getting at is when someone puts something in front of me, and I've said this before, and Tanya knows this, and it sounds like I'm a turd, but when someone puts something in front of me, I have to know what it is, when it was made, and what it's worth. And it's, a quote, I don't want to say a roadshow, but it's an appraisal fair with Jason. And then I always have a show and tell of my own stuff. So from time to time, I'll bring my own treasures to those so I can share with. I feel like if people are going to share with you, you should most certainly share with them. So yes, I'll bring a camera to the next presentation. Jeremy, what was the question?
They wanted to know, do you retire some of your collection?
Oh, like maybe permanently retire, like into my collection?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's interesting because oh, Cheryl, thanks for loving the Oriental picture behind me. It's carved out of one piece of wood, Cheryl. So carved out of one piece of wood and then painted and gilded. Very early Chinese, by the way. Probably came off a larger screen or a bigger piece of furniture. So thank you. I get distracted so easy. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that one. Awesome, Jason Live. Hey, oh, hi, Charles. Thanks for coming. Oh, Rick Patterson. There's my favorite Rick. Yay. Oh, and about retiring my things. Yes, there have been times when, how should I word it this way? There's an ebb and flow of the collection. Sometimes I'll see something, prime example, the Beetle watch from my video the other day. So the Beetle watch was, it was something that I was seeking. I found it, and so it will stay with me, I don't feel like I'll ever upgrade that. So what I'll do sometimes is commit something to the permanent collection. And then once I commit it to the permanent collection, then I maybe sometimes, it's very strange. Sometimes I'll leave it in there forever. And then sometimes I will try and upgrade it. What I've tried to do with my personal collection is I've always tried to if I get a platinum and diamond pin that's Edwardian, I've always tried to say that I don't like competition with things, but I've always tried to keep the most unusual or the best version of a given thing. Okay, so if that makes sense for committing things to the permanent collection, I hope that makes sense, that I didn't just stumble over that. But I will commit things to the permanent collection, and then I will sometimes take things out of the permanent collection and sell them off. Yes, but there are things in the permanent collection that I can't sell, that I really love. Okay. The collection's forever. Okay, got it. Next one, Jeremy, please. Jeremy, you're being so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh my God. And Tanya, thank you so much for being here to help me. Alexandra Bosch, you're fantastic. Oh, Jason, I know Kirsten can make wonderful objects, but don't know if she works in jewelry. Alexandra, I think Kirsten did make jewelry for a while, actually. I think she did. And she's a stone carver. Kirsten's an extremely talented stone carver. That would be crazy. Okay. Let's see here. You still skateboarding? Yeah, Johnny, I actually skateboard. You know, it's so strange. I went skateboarding yesterday. I mean, in the snow, which was so bizarre to me. I don't know. Yeah, I still do. Silver Girl, how's it going? HC, oh, thank you so much. Oh, Lynn, thank you for that. Jeremy, what else did I miss? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think there's another one.
What is the most expensive piece of jewelry you've ever purchased, if you can remember, of course? Charles.
Oh, Charles. I hope it's okay that I skipped that one. I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna skip that one. Sorry. Holly Davidson James. Any thoughts on inventory collections? Inventory collections. I'm not sure. Sherry Kelly, do you create in other mediums than jewelry? Yes, Sherry. And welcome, Sherry. You're a longtime friend on here. It's amazing to see so many names that I've seen for so long, and then you're outpouring of love. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'll do. Jewelry is my main thing and my best way to communicate, but my photography is a very close second, very much so. I still love the process of photography. So yeah, and of course, drawing and painting. Why not? I think I've explained this, and sorry if I'm boring you with this, but I'm an additive artist. I'm not a subtractive artist. Like I just said with Kirsten, she's quite the subtractive artist, and maybe she's versed in both, but as a stone carver, she removes material to make the thing. My brain, I would have an absolute meltdown. I'm an additive artist. So I put things together, an additive process. So that's the way my brain works. I tried stone carving. It was like the ugliest thing that a human ever made. So, but I'm an additive artist. So I like to put things together. So additive works for me in any medium, if that makes sense. And I haven't ever worked in glass, but I was a fiber artist. I was going to go with a fiber minor until they got rid of it at Mary Schiller Myers, where I went to school. So yeah, good question. Thank you. All right.
Linda Lee is asking, what about your button collection?
Oh, my button collection. Well, I did a video on my button collection, Linda. So if you wanted to go over and take a look at my button collection, you most certainly can, for sure. And I have bad jokes about like touch my butt tin. All right, we're just not going to go there. It's terrible. 230 people in. Thank you all again so much. Yikes. Totally overwhelmed. I'm so excited. This is going so well. I was so nervous all day. I was like a mess, Thank you so much. And thank you again for everyone being here. Oh, here we go. Mr. Slagle, what is the most historical significant piece you think you've ever seen over the years? For historical significance, oh my gosh. The most historically important thing, I guess I would say to the history of, it would depend on country and time period, because that's a wide range. But I have seen things from presidents that were letters, signatures, outfits that were worn by famous people. So there had been a lot of things that were historically important, to our history. But also historically important to different countries. Some of the Asian arts that I've seen over the years have been incredibly important. I saw a piece from France that I still think about on an almost daily basis because it was so important. So it would depend all on what region or what time period we'd be talking about for historically important. But I have seen and put my hands on a lot of things that not normal people don't see, but you know what I'm getting at. Like in my position, as an appraiser and as a curator, I've seen a lot of things that I've been amazed by. And I'll say I won't say where, but there was a museum that I did an appraisal for in. This is before Jeremy, so this was 2006. I did an appraisal for a museum, and they had the most incredibly historically important emerald that I've put my hands on. So for gemstone, like I had to call in a certified gemologist to back me up because I thought it was Colombian in origin, and I couldn't sign off on that because inclusions and veils in the stone, but it did come out to be a Colombian emerald. So yeah, historically important. Absolutely great question. Thank you, Seth. And Seth, thank you for putting up with me at work. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Kathy, are you going to curate your collection in order to move? Absolutely, Kathy. So great question. I am in the process of major downsize. I've said it in all of my videos, which has me definitely crazy and frazzled, panicked in a way. But I am going to downsize the collection to about, I would say, I'm going to sell off about a quarter of the collection. And a little bit out of every area, but then some areas I'm completely going to downsize because if they don't travel well or if they don't store well, they're definitely going to get sold off. So yes, I do sell off quite frequently. Do you inventory your collection? Yes, Holly, absolutely have to inventory it. And I keep the appraisals, and for insurance, I have to have it reappraised by independent appraisers, not me, not allowed to do that. And they have to be reappraised every 3 years to be covered by my insurance. And I have riders on my insurance for all of my different collections. And that's a lot of work because they have to be reappraised every 3 years. So that's a great question. I do inventory, absolutely. Christina, have you ever thought about publishing a book with all your collections? Christina, thank you so much. I am. I'm going to publish 3 books. In 1999, I had a book proposal with Schiffer Publishing. If you're not familiar with Schiffer Publishing, they do books on collectibles, antiques, price guides, things like that. So Schiffer Publishing is widely known and widely respected in price guides. So I had a book deal with them on my 50s lamps because back then, and still currently, this sounds terrible, but I probably have the largest collection of 1950s lamps, well, at least in Ohio. I think I'm at 200 and I know, Jeremy just gave me a look like what? 242 50s lamps. So yes, I'm going to be writing books. And then I wanted to write a book that's titled 1,000 Beautiful Things. And I would like to, I don't know if it's going to have a lot of text, but I would like to publish 1,000 beautiful things. So I'd like to publish photographs of what I consider 1,000 beautiful things. And I think that was an Annie Lennox song from my memory. And I loved that song. I think it's 1,000 Beautiful Things, I think. So yes, I'd like to publish that. Jason, one thing you are not is boring. Thank you, Dina Marie. Jay-Z Bebop. Oh, Jay-Z. So my Bebop's in the house. That's amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Bebop. Thanks for popping in, Bebop. Like I don't get enough of that. So I love you, Bebop. He's my work partner and I'm allowed to attack him in the chat. So everyone settle down. 232 people in. Thank you again so much. We're right about an hour. If you all want to stay for a little bit, Jason is an additive artist. Thank you. Let's see here. Dang it. I'm getting a little distracted. Jason collects buttons. I collect buttons. Silver Girl, please go to my button video. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I had been a button collector since I was 16. And my first button I bought was 25 cents, and I still have it. It's mother of pearl with cut steel inlay. I was fascinated by it. And the reason why is it was jewelry for clothing. Hello, you got me at jewelry. Clothing, you got me. And it was a miniature work of art. It was a masterpiece. And to shrink it down so little and to make something so intimate that just went on clothing that was a utilitarian, object, it had me, So my button collection, something that, I truly love. So please go to the button video. I undo buttons. Does that count? It sure does, Randy. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Gigi. I appreciate your support because I feel like I'm unraveling. Lynn, do you have one thing in your collection that makes you feel peaceful and safe? Lynn, great question. Yes, Lynn, peaceful and safe. I'm so glad that you asked. And Lynn, don't think that I forgot you because I won't forget any of my viewers ever. Trust me. I don't care that there's 3,000 people. I'm still not going to forget one. And the reason for that is, Lynn, I know I owe you a video on my rosary collection, and it's coming. I'm going to do a short, and it's going to be for you. Well, it's going to be for everybody, but it's going to be for Lynn because I promised you because you asked. So I'm going to bring out my rosary collection. What I feel safe with, there are a few pieces. They're small sculptures. I won't get into specifics on those, but they're small sculptures that make me feel incredibly protected. And there are two religious icons that are painted. One is in one of my shorts. It's an icon on a wooden board. She's very small. It's a single female on a desolate landscape, and that makes me feel incredibly peaceful and incredibly loved. And when I have a rough day, which I have had several of lately, I run to that, and I am never afraid to fall asleep with that right next to my bed. I see it before I go to bed, and I see it when I wake up in the morning. And again, I'm the person who, at times, I try my best to apply my faith in an everyday situation. So I'll reflect on what I did wrong throughout the day, and I try to do better the next day. That's how I feel at the end of the day. And yes, this little painting makes me feel peaceful and serene, and I love it very much. So great question. Let's see here. Okay, what else am I missing? Let's make sure that we're going in order. Oh, Jason, are you a fan of Denmark brutalist style vintage jewelry? And do you think you might do a show and tell of pieces? Yeah, Charles, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Denmark brutalist pieces. And I'm also a big fan of anything Scandinavian. I love David Anderson. I love George Jensen. A lot of the secondary tier makers should have never been treated that way. And I did a short, and maybe you saw it on Bjorn Wexstrom. Bjorn Wexstrom designed Princess Leia's necklace, and Jeremy is a big Star Wars fan. And I was wearing a necklace one day, and I looked at him and I said, "This gentleman that made this necklace made Princess Leia's necklace." And he's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, isn't that awesome?" So I do love the brutalist style if it's handled really well. And Bjorn Wexstrom, what a master silversmith, you know, and to combine acrylic with that, unbelievable and awesome. 239 people still here. Let's see here. Let's see. Here's supporting Jason. Congrats. Good luck. Great turnout. Oh, okay. Oh, Flesh Hoarder. You always make me laugh with your user ID, Flesh Hoarder. And I know that you're Robin's husband. Thank you for allowing Robin to love me so much, because I love her right back. And I saw you in a chat one time and I said, I never thought I would say the word Flesh Hoarder. And here I am saying it. So thank you for the hilarious user ID. Seth, yes, we got it. Michelle, Susan Campbell, thank you for sharing your wonderful collection. You know, Susan, thank you for pointing out the fact of me, you know, sharing my collection, because I feel like, you know, when I do, I just don't want people to misunderstand it. You know, that's all. I don't want people to think, oh, you know, this or that, he's arrogant, he's stuck on himself. Nope, not this guy. Never in a million years. And I think in my last video, I just wanted to say too, so everybody here, 238 people, you all know the intention of my collection because no one has asked, but the intention of my collection is to donate it. Probably, you know, I would like to see, I don't want to pass away and not see the good work that I've done while I'm here. And as Jeremy knows, and Seth knows, and Jimmy knows, and Mary Adams knows, Linda knows, the people in the chat know that I most certainly have not forgotten charity in my life. And I most certainly have done enough so far, you know, because I wanted to see the change that I make. We all have that power in our lives. And we all have power to be beneficial for others, and especially animals. So before I get too emotional about, you know, staring at the dog's collar in front of me, of the dog that I rescued when I was so young, that's never left me. It'll never leave me. And I want everything that I've accomplished to go to that eventually. So thanks for putting up with that for a second. Let's see here. What else did I miss for questions? To my high school classroom mother, Pearl. Oh yeah, Linda, that's awesome. Do I have coins? Did I miss one? I'm sure he has coins, Carmen. Oh, Carmen asked if I have coins. I do, but not too many, Carmen. Not too many. Do I have an IG? I don't, Soulmate. I'm not on any sort of other social media because, yeah, I'm just not. Jason, do you have one particular item that you found that's your absolute prized possession? Oh, D, one particular item that's my absolute prized possession. Jeremy, do you think so? Is there one that I go nuts over?
No, you like everything.
I know. Jeremy says, no, I like everything. I can't believe he puts up with me because, like, when we go shopping, I'm like, wait, I have to have that too. And he's just like, oh, dear God, are you serious? So let's see here. I forced him to watch it with me. Okay, Jeremy. Oh, Jennifer, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. What else? Oh, Dina, what is that pretty colorful piece you're wearing? Oh, Dina, that's that. That's the that's the piece that I worked with Mike Jazak. Let me see if I can take it off. No, it's not coming off. It's really that is on for the night. It's an enamel pendant. It's in one of my videos. I worked on this with Mike Jazak, sterling silver enamel, and I did the metal work. It's in one of my videos, and I love it. It's very I love it. I don't know. I just love it because Mike said that he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do a collaboration with me, and I kind of forced the situation. Are you already an auction? Are you ready to be an auctioneer? And that came from Jean. Jean, I am so ready to be an auctioneer. So I went to auctioneer school, and I graduated with a. I'm so proud of myself. At 50 years old, I graduated with a 92%, and it was a challenge. It was a 2-week course, and I had to learn how to talk really fast. And poor Jeremy put up with me through the whole process. It's like living with a clown, to be honest with you. We went to dinner one night, and I had to practice my bid calling and my chanting, the 255, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20, that whole thing. So I had to practice all that. And Jeremy sat through dinner, staring daggers into me because I was trying to sell the table we were sitting at. I was trying to sell the chair he was sitting on. I was trying to sell the lamp that was attached to the table, and the table was attached to the floor. So then I proceeded to auction off the floor of the restaurant during dinner, and Jeremy just kept staring at me like, can you please stop? It's driving me crazy. so anyways, yes, I'm ready to be an auctioneer. I go take my test very, very soon. Whether it be February or March, that was the target originally. So, and with, the health concerns of my dad's doing so much better, by the way. I just want to tell everybody good news. He's doing fantastic. So all your thoughts and prayers are very much so appreciated. My dad's doing fantastic. And he is like the best guy ever. Let's see here. What else? Oh, Juju B Buzz. I love that user ID. Tanya always says it because she goes crazy about Juju B Buzz. Juju B Buzz. She goes nuts. Oh, Linda Lee, arrowhead collecting. Yeah, Linda, I touched on I touched on the arrowhead collecting. It started when the arrowhead thing started when I was 11. I would go to gun shows with my father, and there was nothing for a child to buy. And so a lot of the gun people would have arrowheads that they had find in their, they were hunters and farmers. So they would find arrowheads in their fields, and they would be very nominally priced, $2, $3, $4, and that's all I would have. So I would buy little arrowheads, little trinkets to take home. And that's how the arrowhead thing started. And then I progressed into I had to have the Thebes point, which, Thebes is 9,000 years old or so, and they could run in the thousands. And so then I started to consume. And then I told Jeremy that my goal was to find my own. And in 2020, I think was the first one that I found myself. So arrowhead hunting, I love it. It's so peaceful. It's amazing. And then when you touch something that someone touched thousands of years ago, it's like a feeling that cannot be bought, so it's amazing. Tease jewelry, what's my favorite genre of music? I do not have one. It's all over the board. Just when I said I hated country music, Katie Lang came along and totally changed my mind. When I said I didn't like rap, Missy Elliott came along, totally changed my mind. When I said I didn't like pop and rock, a million artists came and changed my mind. So there's not one that I specifically say I go to. The music taste is all over the board. Any song that I use in my short feeds are songs that I absolutely love and artists that I totally respect. So sorry, I can't give you a favorite genre of music. Randy, he goes nuts over everything. That's true. Hoarder to collector line is very thin. Yeah, Hippo Finds, I think you have a point there. Hoarder to collector line is very thin. Yeah, I could agree with that. Sure. Love this so much. Thank you for all being here. Absolutely. Sweet Jason, I just love you and I love your heart so much. Susan, thanks. Thank you. Jason, no surprise. Yeah, exciting. Husband and arrow collection. Okay, I'm just trying to get through these. You guys are so amazing. 238 people. Dina, I am 50. And you thought it was 38. I wiped Vaseline on the lens before I started. And actually, I've had tons of Botox. Totally kidding. Not a single piece of Botox in this face. Nope. No, the only plastic I want around me is this. All right. So here I go. Sherry Kelly. Okay, where else? Jason, Jeremy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good luck on your test. You think I'll do great. Amy, thank you so much. I don't think I've ever seen you in a chat before, Amy. 5 Aquatics. Thank you. Angela Johnston, thank you so much. Silly question, but do you enjoy beautiful fragrances, oil, perfumes, and candles? Angela, I did enjoy candles for a long time, and then I realized that I was highly allergic to the ones that I was burning. So I can't do that. Oils and perfumes. Oils, no. Perfumes, yes. So I always want to smell good. So yes, I do perfume for sure. What organization did you choose for your auctioneer course? Oh, good question. So there's Walton School of Auctioneering. It's in, well, it was in Medina when I just went, and he's kind of, Mark is kind of transitory. As a professor, Mark was, oh my, he's just amazing, man. Told us of his life experiences as an auctioneer and prepared us for that test. I mean, I am ready. I am ready to ace that test. I'm going to go down to Reynoldsburg, Ohio, and I'm going to ace that test. I'm going to ace it the first time I take it. I'm going to do great because Mark really has us prepared. And it was a tough course. I'm telling you, there's a lot of information, and I took it very, very serious. I mean, Jeremy can testify to it. I don't think Jeremy saw me for 2 weeks, and it's probably the best 2 weeks of his life. What organization? Okay, I already did that. Let's see here. Oh, bye, Dee. Thank you so much for coming. Lisa, Alabaster Lamps. You don't know how to date them. Cleaning. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm having a problem here. Found a pair of Italian best friends. Love them. Don't know when they were dating from. Oh, Lisa. Eventually, I'll give you an email and you can send me over, and I can tell you when your lamps are from. Absolutely. Fairy Princess. How do you feel about museums holding African artifacts that the countries want back and proclaimed that were stolen? So, do you believe they should be returned if the people ask for them? Fairy Princess. That is a very, very, very touchy subject with me. I had a strong opinion on it, which may not be popular. And again, I'm kind of never the person who is concerned about being popular in a way. But I think that's extremely touchy. My knee-jerk reaction to it, because it is kind of it's not a new thing because things have been looted from countries for a very long time. Look at Germany and the Nazis. Look at the invasions of different countries. Now there are. I'm trying to think of the one that they just discovered. I don't think it's Cambodia. Maybe it is. But with African items in specific, I don't want to talk about one specific culture or one specific people. I don't think that's fair. But repatriation, taking items and giving them back to where they were from, somehow prevents us from learning about different cultures. So when I go to museums and I expect to see African art, I would like to see African art that would allow me to see things that I wouldn't normally see. If they're sacred items of any sort, I believe that they should be returned. You asked me for my personal opinion, I'm giving it to you. I think that they should be returned. I don't know about everything that's ever been taken from somewhere to be restored to its home country, because then we don't learn. And I want to learn from all different cultures. So that's a little touchy for me. And I think museums have it figured out to know where these items came from, know that they were stolen or looted, and they should be returned to where they were taken from, if they were stolen and looted. But I definitely want to learn from other cultures. And I hope that answered your question, and I hope it sounds okay. So that was a very good question, though, and I'm glad that you brought it up for sure. Absolutely. Charles, you'll never forget the first arrowhead you found along the Potomac River in Maryland. Yes, absolutely. We never forget it. Love It Treasures. Hi, everyone. Love from Texas. Hi, Love It Treasures. I'm not familiar with you, but thank you so much. Pamela, thanks for loving my music. We need a moment for your background. We need a moment for your background. The background, L.A. Smith, paintings, artwork, and I don't think I left anything out earlier. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you so much. You love my background decor. I kind of threw it together at the last minute. Nan, I love your openness and skill. I'm 83 and feel I've accomplished so little compared to you. I don't think so, Ann. I would probably disagree with you because you've probably accomplished a great deal. And I don't like when people feel that I've accomplished so much because I have so much more to go. But I'm sure you've absolutely touched lives in your life. I can feel it. And I'm recommending your channel to people. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Jennifer Klein. Hi, Jennifer Klein. I hope you're my friend, Jennifer Klein, that I went to school with in college. So you can tell bad stories about me in chat. Why don't you tell everyone how normal I am? Just come on, back me up with like saying he's normal and he's calm. Oh, Dina Marie, thank you so much. Yes, you can. You slay it, Jason. Thank you, Daisy. Fairy stones from Virginia. Do you collect fairy stones from Virginia? The legend is fascinating. Riri MR. I don't know what fairy stones are from Virginia, but now that you've brought it up, now I'm gonna have to go find some because now I'm gonna collect them. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Thank you for giving me another thing to collect. I appreciate it. Hippo Fines. Oh yeah, Hippo Fines, thank you so much for sharing. I've been interested in getting a license, but I've been nervous. Don't be nervous, Hippo Fines. There's nothing to be nervous about an auctioneer's license. There's really not. And because I've been around auctions since I think my first auction I went to was when I was 17. Don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just get the right professor, get the right teacher, and you'll be absolutely fine. You love the you love the drive-through video with the helium. Well, that was I randomly had a balloon in my car. I randomly had a balloon in my car, and Jeremy looked at me like, "Don't." He just looked at me like, "Don't do it," and he knew it was coming. So that's why he videoed it, and that was from like a long time ago, when I was supposed to be an adult, but I refuse. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that I agree with that too. Oh, Jason, can you show us the frame in the back gold tree? Oh, this one? So yeah, I can't really take it off the wall, but it's a Chinese carving that's out of one piece of wood. And the depth of the carving, they got underneath the tree branches to make it so dimensional, and then they painted it in gold. This was an acquisition from an auction probably like a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago. And it stunned me by its composition and its craft and its approach to being so natural. And I really loved it very much. So thank you for asking about that. I appreciate that. Good night, Bruce. Good night. Good night, Bruce. And let's see here. Thank you all for being here. Absolutely. Here we go. Jason, I love all your personal jewelry. Does Jeremy wear and collect jewelry also? Linda, I made him. I forced him. No, he wears simple sterling chains, like just simple sterling chains. Has a simple sterling cuff bracelet on, and I made him a pendant that he basically tore apart because he didn't like the bottom of it, so he ripped the bottom of it off. It's true. He just gave me a look like, no, I didn't. He did. And so he wears that and he loves it. So yes, he does wear jewelry, absolutely. But I did a short of his Viking glass in his house. So he loves Viking glass. And I think before me, I don't think he collected much. I really don't. I think I rubbed off and created a major problem. Let's see here. Oh, Gigi, Jason, and Jeremy have to run. Oh, good night, Gigi. I absolutely love you. Rebecca, love that orange. Absolutely, so do I. Let's see here. You're doing amazing. Oh, Rebecca, Cotton. Hi, Roberta. Sorry about that. Hey, Jason, you're doing amazing. Your most prized possession is Jeremy. Yeah, he is my most prized possession. Of course he is. That's the right answer. That's what I meant to say. Thank you for being my translator and supporting me. Let's see here. What is my ancestry or background? That's a great question. I have no idea. I think I'm from outer space. My dad's side is, I think he's from everywhere. I think my dad's family was German, Dutch. I'm gonna draw a blank on all of it, but German, Dutch mainly. And then my mom's side, here we go. Yugoslavia, Poland. So I'm I'm a total. I hate the word mutt, but I'm a mutt. I'm a blend of so many different areas. So my ethnicity and where I've come from, I have no idea. And we changed our name when we came to the United States because we wanted to be more American. So we changed our last name, and that's how I got that. Let's see here. I forgot you had paintings. Will you show them? Yes, Jean, I'll do a video on that. Hi, Nails, Jamie B. How are you? Nice to see you here. Thank you. Let's see. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a ton. How far back am I, Jeremy? Susan, do you collect any fairy lights? Jeremy does. I do not, but Jeremy does. He loves the fairy lights. He loves them very much. He thinks they're awesome. Jason, what would the best piece of jewelry you say is you're never getting rid of? Oh, Love It Treasures. The best piece of jewelry I'm never getting rid of. Let me think. I don't want to lie. It would be, yeah, there's a piece of silver that I would never get rid of that I've had for a very long time, and I still love it to this day. So it's got a lot of staying power, and I love its energy, so I would never get rid of that. And there's two little diamonds that I have. They're very, very small, but they mean a lot to me. So yeah, those two. Soul Nate, thank you so much for being here. I'm fascinating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for recommending me to everybody that you know and trusting me. I so appreciate it. Nan, you have a Peter Max and some dollies. Should you hold on to them? Nan, Peter Max unfortunately has fallen off in value for a little while. I would recommend holding on to Peter Max. I'm not sure it'll come back up. I'm not sure his work would rise again, but it may come back to the levels that it was already at in the before 2008. And then with Dali's, Salvador Dali's work, there's always this ebb and flow with artwork. It's an emotional buy. So I don't know if there's ever a right or wrong time to sell certain artists, but most certainly when something becomes hot, it stays hot for a very short amount of time is what I've been noticing with certain artists. So I don't want to avoid an answer. If I had a Peter Max, I would hold on to it for just a little bit. Is my recommendation. And I don't know how long that is, but I would hold on to it for a little bit and I'd start to watch pricing on it. And then on Dolly, I have two Dollys in my collection. I'm selling one and I'm keeping one. And I am selling it currently because Dolly's market is fine. It's solvent. It's where it needs to be. So I would say Dolly is okay to sell. Hi, D. Miller. I texted you, D. Miller, because I haven't seen you. And I freaked out because I haven't seen you and I texted you and here you are. So thank you. Let's see here. Oh, thank you for saying my pieces are unique. God bless us. Thank you, Linda. God bless you too. Absolutely. Let's see here. We're all mixed nuts. Becky. Oh, yes, Linda. Jeremy's my prized possession. Oh, I'm all caught up. Oh, Taryn. Do you collect uranium glass or jewelry? Taryn, I don't. I don't. Jeremy loves, well, I have one uranium glass mushroom and a uranium glass bowl, but I've had them for 15 or 16 years, so it's not a current thing. It's been with me for a long time. Yeah, so so I don't specifically collect it, nor am I against it. Yeah, GGB buzz mutts are great. I've never had a purebred dog, by the way. Interesting fun fact about Jason. Oh, I'm not a mutt. Oh, Linda, thank you. I'm a designer breed. I like that, Linda Lee. Thank you. And Linda Lee, so everyone knows, I hadn't told my family and friends that I was on YouTube, and they're slowly but surely figuring out that I'm on here. So they've been finding me. And Linda Lee has been a lifelong friend of mine for, I don't even know how many years. And she knows of my character, and she knows of my humor, and she knows of my inability to sometimes communicate the way I want to. So Linda, thank you so much for being my friend and always showing me love when sometimes I'm pricklier than a cactus. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. What is my Facebook page? Gregory, I don't have one. Gregory, I think you're new to me, but I don't have a Facebook page. I struggle to have relationships with people in real life, so Facebook's just not for me. YouTube is my way. Let's see here.
Do this for them.
Oh, what is this? Oh yeah. Oh, they want me to do this again. So Jeremy just told me that you want me to hold up my my vanity thing again. So this is me on eBay. So that's me on eBay again. Vanity Sugarbush is my eBay user ID. That's my main one. And of course, I have a secondary one, but that's mainly for buying and consumption. This is the one that I sell on. So there's the Vanity Sugarbush. That's on eBay. So if you want to go to my eBay store, I think I have like 500 items, and I update it very frequently. And I want everybody to know that I'm solely responsible for for my YouTube channel, for my work that I do at the gallery space, and then also my eBay. So I do all the photographs, I do all the listings. It's a one-man show. I don't have a staff of people who are like scurrying around and helping me. And Tanya knows, because she knows how wild I am, that I do all of my own work. And I do it all from my phone. So Tanya can testify to the fact that when she talks to me at 3 in the morning and I'm still wide awake, she knows why I am, because I'm still working every time she talks to me. And again, I want to thank Tanya again. The reason why I'm here. So if you don't like it, go to Tanya's channel and verbally assault her. So it's Tanya's fault that I'm on YouTube. And Tanya, thank you so much for allowing me this journey, which I don't ever want to wake up. I don't ever want to wake up. I have been, you know, because you've heard me cry on the phone. You know, you've heard me become crazy emotional about how loved I feel and how accepted I feel. And I have wanted that. I've wanted it for 50 years. I have 3,000 people in front of me now that, yeah, I take it in, I soak it in, and I'm so grateful. Jeremy, can I give your eBay again, please?
Yes.
I want to give Jeremy's eBay again real quick, because I know you guys want to buy from us, because you've been, you know, asking me to do a live sale and stuff, and I don't think a live sale's for me for right now. But there's Jeremy's again. There's Jeremy's eBay. So it's JFly and then the JFly 8 and then an underscore with a 3. So that's Jeremy's eBay channel, eBay site. So that's Jeremy's. And then and you can message both of us. And then Jeremy's Bully Run, I want that back because I absolutely love it. So there's Jeremy's logo that his mother, who Becky, is an incredible artist and the best mother-in-law I could have ever asked for. Becky, I have to tell you how much I love you, because I do. You're just the best. And thanks for putting up with me when I'm an idiot. And then this is Jeremy's website and also his email address. So that's Jeremy's. And then I highly recommend that you don't email Jeremy to get a hold of me, because it's not going to work. So he'll just say, hey, someone emailed me randomly, and I'll be like, that's okay. I'll get to him eventually. And I explained it before. I have 3 email addresses. And I don't like the whole email thing because I just don't have time for it. But I have time to come on here. I absolutely love it. So thank you so much. Let's see here. Tanya, I love you right back. I 100% love you. Yes, Tanya, I do write all my own labels. Jennifer Hayes, I adore you. Adore you, adore you. I have since day one. Daisy, you're an easy one to love too. And then Seth, my favorite coworker. I'm sorry, Jimmy, Seth's my favorite. It's public now. How does it feel to be number 2, Jimmy? I'm sure we're going to hear about that tomorrow. Seth, you have heard plenty of great things about Tanya, because it's true, because she's amazing. Mia, thank you, Mia. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love my Mia. If you don't know Crazy May's Stash, please go over to her channel if you want to be surprised by some beautiful things. Rebecca, it is all Tanya's fault. It is. Okay, and then Penny Nash, I love you too. Oh, Roberta, thank you so much. Yeah, don't be sad. Carmen, you're great. And thank you for supporting me on eBay. And I wanted to say too, when I gave out my eBay one time in Tanya's, I did sell like, I think I told Jeremy, it was like $1,600 in stuff in like 2 days. It was great. And I'm always open to offers on eBay because, after all, it's not a museum. It's like meant to be sold. 222 people here. We've went an hour and 28 minutes. Are you guys tired of me? Is anyone completely done with me? Oh, Holly, thank you so much. And you're a sweetheart as well. You really are. And then Tanya, thank you. Sarsar, hi Sarsar, you made it. That's my sister, Sarsar. She is, you know what, Sarsar, I'm going to say it just because I want to. And I would be fearful of the repercussions, but Sarsar, you're my favorite troll. Sarsar, mwah, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You're like the best of the best of the best. And Linda, you're right, no one should be normal. Carmen Ellis, of course I love you. Carbon House, don't joke. I love you. I love you. And then Seth, you don't have to give up your spot number one. You worked for it. Seth took a chance on me when no one else would. You know, Seth took a chance on me when no one else would, Seth, I'll never forget you for it. Purple Rain, thank you so much for coming. Jackie, Coda, thank you so much for coming. Polly, thank you so much for coming. And thank you. Have a great night. And sorry. It's true. Sorry, I'm not right sometimes. D, no text love. Check your meant to hit sent drafts. Okay. Just know that D, I sent you a text, and D, I was very concerned. Daria, thank you for laughing about Sarsar. Let's see here. How can everyone? Oh, okay. How can anyone get tired of Jason? I have a list of people you can ask. Susan, thank you so much. Susan Snyder, I'll call you out by name because I love you so much. Your comments, all of your comments always get me, but that's one that always gets me. Oh, thank you, Mia. Sarsar, absolutely, got to give love to Sarsar. I love my Sarsar. Janice, oh my gosh, so much love. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Designs Laura. Too much Jason is just enough. You know what? I said that about Carmen Miranda. Like I would always say to people, too much fruit is just enough. So it's true. Oh, thank you, Sar. I love you right back. I do. It's official. I've said it publicly, and I'll always say it. I adore you. You have been nothing but a positive light amongst I won't finish that sentence. Oh yeah, I'm not sure how you keep up with the fast-moving chat, Doug. I have no idea. I mean, Doug, it's my first time out of the gate. I thought I'd be overwhelmed. I totally was. I know the chat's going insane. Look at all the hearts. We love you. I love you guys. I will say that like I said, for years, and then I'll kind of say goodnight. For years, this has been kind of a thing for me that I guess we all strive to be accepted. We all strive to be appreciated, and I feel it. I feel it down deep, and I just want you all to know how important you are to me. And for those who may not understand me, I regret maybe sometimes not, finding the right words, and I regret sometimes, there's always some sort of regrets that we have in our lives. But I will say that I adore you all so much. And then let's see here. How many lives will I be doing? Quite a bit. I will never change. Don't you worry. I'll always be the real deal. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya, for reinforcing me as I pick my fingernails and get nervous at the very end. Pamela, thank you for that. Thank you. Mindy, thank you. And then I well up again because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, 208 people. And I will say that when I first came on YouTube, I went to some chats, and I will never go negative on this channel, but I will say that I wasn't sure of how things worked on here. And now that I am a little bit more certain, I have forgiveness for some people. And they may not have forgiveness for me, but it's all good. I can go to bed at night. Oh, here we go. Horror Seer Metal Detecting. Good night, amazing channel. Oh, there's no one that really compares to yours. Very unique and high-end items. Great personality. Again, from someone who I don't know, and I just go completely crazy. So thank you so much. Penny Wheeler, I love you too. Martha, thank you for reminding people to give thumbs up. I love you, Amy. Absolutely love you. I love you, Susan. I love you, Tanya. Love you, Clara. Good night, Clara. Alexandra. And then I think I'm gonna do just real quick. Jeremy, could you grab me the green box real quick? So I brought flapper dresses really quick, and then we'll kind of leave on this note because it's kind of a crescendo, if you will. I'm gonna scoot this out of the way. Oh, look at that. It's like, did you see that? It was like a giant hand. It was like God just provided me with this gift. That's just my giant bear who looks like he could rip someone's arm out of their sockets and beat them to death with them if they messed with me. Yeah, this. So I want to do this one for sure. And this was a box out of storage. So let me scoot some things out of the way. And then, oh well, you probably want to see that one too. Okay, well, Jeremy, don't yawn. That's Jeremy. Now I want to go to bed, even though I'm going to be up until 4 in the morning. All right, so yeah, I'll just do it because why not, right? So I said about flapper dresses, and here I go causing a bigger mess on my table than I can ever afford. Well, okay, so the box just keeps going and going and going, and these are archival boxes of flapper dresses. Here, Jeremy, I'm going to hand you back that. So I'm going to just give you a quick peek of some of the flapper dresses. We have 205 people still in. These I don't hang for. I already said why I don't hang them, because the shoulders are very fugitive. But here is one heck of an original 1920s flapper dress. So it's net lace and hand beaded. And look at the bottom of that. Come on. I mean, come on, give me a break. So right from the 1920s. And Linda said, no yawning, Jeremy. Mm-hmm. It's totally true. So there's one of the flapper dresses. That's one. And then I'm going to go with one of my other favorites, because I think I shouldn't admit this, but I think I have 70. I think I have 72, but Jeremy's not listening, so he won't know that I have a problem with this, because he doesn't know. But here's another one. So look at the top of this, and again, from Paris, France. And wait till you see the bottom. An original, total, amazing flapper dress that is complete and intact, with a lotus blossom design and then a fringed bottom, and completely done on silk and completely hand constructed. And then the one that gets me going the most, which, again, I lost track of these until I decided about this major move and this major downsize. This one is, I got to stand up. So, yeah, with these 50-year-old knees. So look at this. It's an entirely beaded, hand beaded heron bird that is on a water lily landscape, and that goes completely around the dress to the back. And it's the most beautiful flapper dress that I think I've seen in a very long time. And every single bead is still intact. So I'll back it up again, and I'll kind of hold it up for you. So there's the heron bird's head that goes up toward the neckline of the dress, and then there is the rest of the beading. And look at the colors, by the way. This is insanity when it comes to a flapper dress. Look at the bottom of it, So let it be known, let it widely be known that I don't stop at jewelry. So there you go. I don't stop at jewelry. And when I get into these future videos and I get into some more of my great affections for things, I think I have a lot of surprises coming. And I said I wouldn't struggle for content, and I wasn't trying to be arrogant or self-righteous, but I'm not going to struggle for content. So 203 people in. Thank you all for such a successful night. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that in closing that I say the appropriate goodnights, because I think we're about done. Jeremy's hungry and I'm hungry. So June, Cheryl, HC, Tease Jewelry, Linda Clancy, Hippos Finds, Louise Ramos, Laura Olton, Becky, Jennifer Hayes, Nails by Jamie B, Silver Girl 7, Penny Nash, Martha Townsend, Tanya at My Jewelry Addiction, Sonia Luca, HC, Froggy, Mia, Crazy May Stash, Designs, Laura, Sherry Kelly. Why are you laughing?
Linda.
Why are you laughing? Oh, Hippo Finds, Tease Jewelry, Penny Nash, Becky Tobias, Leslie, Daisy. I want you all, Gregory Smith, Tamara James. Here you are, Tamara, the one that always hits a home run with me. Tamara, I don't want to start crying now. Martha, D. Miller, Jennifer Hayes, Gemma, HC, Suzanne, Cheryl, Pamela, that girl Dina Marie. I'm still seeing one. Stevie, Cindy Lee, Laura, Jason, Hippo Finds. Thank you all so much for one of the most beautiful, Rebecca. Thank you all so much. Kirsten, how could I forget Kirsten? And then Kirsten, and Kristen, Jennifer Hayes, Rosa, again, Pam, Lisa, Nan, D. Miller. Thank you all so, so much. And thank you, Jeremy, for putting up with me. And thank you for being here with me tonight, Jeremy. It meant the world to have your help. So I hope this was successful. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. So thank you a million times over. I will be back soon with another live, very, very soon. Me and Tanya are going to go live. And then after me and Tanya go live, I'm going to go on Thelma's. If Thelma sees this and still wants me, I'm going to go on Thelma's on Sunday. I think it's Sunday night at 8 o'clock my time. I don't know. But she'll probably be waiting for me and I'll be like the Great Pumpkin. I'll never arrive. So, but Thelma's going to have me on. So thank you all so much. So I'll see you soon with another live. Please stay tuned. Please watch my old videos. Please subscribe. Please get one of your friends to love me. Thank you all so, so much. I hope I end this right. I hope I have. And thank you. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Cat Face Enthusiast. Thank you, all of you. So I really appreciate you. And Cat Face Enthusiast, I don't know what your deal is, but you should have been deleted. All right. So mwah, mwah, mwah. I absolutely love you so much. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night. I absolutely love you. Bye, bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you. Good night. Mwah. I love you all. Thank you.